Today we're doing something a little different. Usually I talk about lakefront living, but lately my life has been consumed by helping those I don't necessarily get paid to help. I'm currently standing in the gap between two extremes. My son is closing on his very first home next month, so he's very excited, he's a little scared, escrow questions, all the kinds of things with first-time home buyers. Meanwhile, my daughter is navigating a much harder path. She lost her house completely in a fire last month and is currently house hunting from a hotel room. So it's a tale of two houses, and as a parent, it's a masterclass in emotional gymnastics. So today I want to share the parent's guide to supporting your adult children through the housing market without losing your mind or your relationship with them. The first thing we have to acknowledge as parents is that the world has changed probably since maybe we last bought a home, but definitely since we first bought a home. So I remember the first home that I bought. It was in Manchester, Iowa. It was a small 3-bedroom, 1-bath. I didn't know anything about homes or what to look for in a home. I was looking about probably for what the best color was, or maybe that it had enough space at least for my kids and us to be in the home and be comfortable, and also a safe neighborhood. But my dad wasn't there. He lived in out of state. He wasn't there to help me negotiate, pick out the right home. He wasn't there for the inspection. He pretty much just gave his final approval and did a quick walkthrough. But today, my son is looking at prices that are really hard to find in this market, and my daughter is trying to find a home in a market where inventory is at an all-time low. So when we as parents give advice, we have to bridge that gap. We can't just say, well, back in my day, I just walked in and shook the manager's hands, which that wasn't true either. I didn't, we had to do all the paperwork, but probably not as much paperwork as we have today. That doesn't work anymore. So our role now is to be the financial sounding board, not necessarily the bank, but the person who helps them look at the monthly payment and the hard question of, can I actually afford this? What will my life be like after I start paying this mortgage every month? Is it gonna make me have to get a second job? Or am I gonna be comfortable enough to take care of issues that come up with the home as I have to repair them? So helping them understand the difference between what the bank says they can borrow and what they should borrow is the greatest gift you can give them. This can be the hardest part. As parents, we see a fixer-upper and I see the potential in the home. But when my kids see a fixer-upper, they say, I can't do that. I don't have money to make those improvements. So how do you support them without becoming the dream crusher? I've learned to wait after they find something that they really like. I give them a chance to really think about it and be like, do I really want to do this, before I maybe give them the cons on why that house might not be the best one for them or the best location. You want to give them a chance to enjoy the excitement first. It is fun going and looking at houses, but then ask about, how did you feel about that roof? Did you see any leaking spot? Is it a safe space? And especially for my daughter, the search is exhausting. You know, living from a hotel room, thinking about, I need to find a place that's mine for long term. Looking is kind of a unique after you've been through a fire, because you're really thinking about all those things that you lost, but also thinking how to move forward. Sometimes she doesn't need me to find her listings. She just needs me to listen to how much it sucks to live out of a suitcase. As parents, we want to fix everything for them, but sometimes we need to just sit with them in the mess. Let me know in the comments below, are your kids currently house hunting, or have they recently purchased a home? How are you keeping your sanity, or what was the best way that you could help them? So if you want to be truly helpful, you can handle the things are really too overwhelming for them in the moment that they're in the process. So kind of like parental recon phase. For the first timer, my son is totally focused on the mortgage, saving up money for the down payment, the closing costs, the insurance, and how he's get in there and get started. But he's not thinking about the things that he'll need once he's in the home, like a ladder, a lawnmower. So it's great to put a survival kit together for him with fire extinguisher, maybe a drill set, even numbers of area contractors like plumbers and electricians when he gets to stuff that he can't handle. On the other hand, for my daughter, it's about filtering the noise. I try not to have her make a decision because she's already a single parent. She has a hard enough daily struggle without having to look for a home. So we're kind of, as parents, the project managers. We keep the big picture in focus while they are stuck in the details of inspections and insurance claims. People often ask, what's the best housewarming gift? Well, it definitely depends on which house it is and even the person buying the home and where they're at in their life stage. So my son, who's a first-time home buyer, they need all the basics. Cleaning supplies, maybe a hardware store trip, or even just a weekend of your labor. My son is definitely going to need some sweat equity help. So honestly, that time together is maybe the best gift that I can give him. Now, on the other hand, my daughter, this is her third home, but even after losing all her stuff in the fire, she's pretty much restarting. So for her, the gift is not going to be something basic like its toaster. It's going to be something that makes it really feel like home after she's lost her house and been in a hotel for a month. Maybe a family photo that she lost in the fire, or high quality throw blanket, something that says you are safe now. Plus, as a realtor who gives gifts at closings all the time, I try to make it something useful, not flowers that's gonna die in a few days, or a gift certificate that they'll probably lose and not use. Sometimes it's something boring, like a home warranty, because that gives them the safety of knowing that they will have help with maintenance over the next year at least. Whether your child is buying your first home or trying to replace one they lost, your biggest job isn't the house. It's not helping with the financing, it's being the anchor. Homes come and go, as my daughter unfortunately knows, but the family support stays. So in the next couple videos, I'll dive in deeper on each of their journeys. We'll see the son's new place and check in on the progress on the hunt from the hotel room. But for today, I just wanted to say, all the parents out there, you're doing a great job. It's a wild market, but we'll get them moved in eventually. So if your kids need help on the financial end, check out this video where I talk about down payment assistance. Thanks for watching and have a blessed day.